Hello to you all. Good day, wherever you are. Thanks for joining in. If you're tuning in for the first time, this is Emanuela Nyoki. I'm a wedding planner. I'm a journalist by profession, and I do tips on wedding planning every edition, like a week, sometimes a month, to give different tips on how you can plan your wedding under our African context. Because a country like Cameroon, Nigeria, Rwanda, those countries are advanced in wedding planning. But a country like Cameroon, people don't even know why they should get a wedding planner. They don't even know that a wedding planner exists. They think that is something they see in the films. And so when you tell them, like, people get married every day, you're getting married, who's your wedding planner? The person's like, well, wedding planner. No, I'm planning the wedding myself, or my sister, or my auntie, or my in-laws are giving me ideas. They don't know why they should get a wedding planner. But if you want to know why, watch my past videos, check my YouTube channel, Emanuela Nyoki /special weddings, and you see many pictures, many videos on reasons why you should get a wedding planner, and this will make your wedding perfect. This is what I'm talking about. So today, this edition, I decided to talk about keeping the values of our traditional marriages in Africa. This is so important. When we talk about our traditional marriages, it is something that we want to respect. Our culture warrants us to respect it. Nobody's going to respect your culture for you. The white man respects his culture. Everybody respects their culture in China, in India, all those countries. We, the African continent, some countries in Africa in particular, their culture is dying out. There are some tribes that almost half of the tribe, people don't even know their language anymore. They speak English or French and even forget their language. Their traditions are dying. That means their traditional dances, the children don't even know. The children don't even know all the traditional dishes, how to prepare them, the clothing, and everything in the village. It is dying out. And so is our marriages. People have so far modernized the traditional marriage that sometimes you get to a traditional marriage, you don't even know if you're in a traditional marriage or white wedding. People don't know how to do that separation. So that's what I'm talking about today. If you want to do a traditional marriage and you don't do the knock door, and you don't get married traditionally, you only go to the council and the white wedding, you are not married. In Africa, it's not acceptable. Those who still do that, I tell you, it's not acceptable. You honor the white man's wedding, you honor the council, but you don't honor the tradition. It is only the traditional marriage that brings the two families together. That's why in another of my editions, I said our African marriages are like community marriages, are like family marriage, because you bring the girl's family and the guy's family together. That's what, it becomes a whole big family. So you're not only getting married to your wife, you're getting married to her family, vice versa. In Europe, you can just ask only the father's, his daughter's hand in marriage, or the daughter's hand in marriage, you guys go and sign. In Africa, no, no. You take somebody's daughter and stay with the person without coming to ask her hand in marriage, do the knock door, do the traditional marriage. You are not married to her. They will have some families who go as far as cursing the couples, and it works. I bet you it works. We should all respect these things, because if you don't respect your culture, nobody will respect it for you. You first need to valorize your culture and bring out our beautiful dressing, all the acts where we have in the traditional marriages, how they bring out the girls to showcase, you pay the transport for them to go and look for the other bride and so on. All those things need to be respected. We have people who don't even go and present themselves that I want to get married to this person. They do come or stay. You stay with somebody for 20 years, 30 years, and you say you get married to the person. And maybe you have a job and they say, no, they want marriage certificate. You just go straight to go and sign. You don't go and see the person's parents. You think that girl fell from the roof to down, that you have her? It does not work that way. You need to start by knocking the door. And in Africa, the different countries, the different tribes, it is done differently. There are countries that you go to knock door, you just come just with whiskey, symbolic whiskey, and your family, the man's family, your parents, if they're alive, or your uncles, accompanied with some friends, come to tell the bride's family, if her parents are alive, or her uncle, whoever her guardian is, that I want to ask for your hand, your daughter's hand in marriage. How do I go about it? So that is the knock door stage. And they tell you, okay, no, you do this, we are going to give you the list of what is needed. You go back and prepare and come back when you're ready. You need to go through that stage. That's the beauty of it. If you don't go through that stage, it was not going to be beautiful. There are some people who think that they need to do it so extravagantly. Sometimes you go and attend one knock door and you even make some other people who are not married that hand. My poor master will get and so if you do the kind of knock door, because Mr. I like fighting because they want to copy what other people are doing. No, you could still do something small but classic, simple but beautiful, so that everybody should be able to do it. Don't copy and paste. You go some other place and spend 3 million for knock door. That's not even the marriage. You two want to spend 3 million when you don't have it. Now you start imposing on your husband, no, you must do this, you must do that. You want me to go thief? Me get money for outside for do that knock door, that kind of knock door. And then you have some tribes in Cameroon that exaggerate. Only the knock door list, Bo. Hey, the knock door list is about 1.5. Not to talk of the bride price. I'll take a whole other edition to talk about bride price in Cameroon. Let me focus on my country where I'm concerned. Like, I'm a Backwarian. When it comes to our wedding, there's this Gumba house, this nice house where they put the couples to sit. It is built so beautifully with the flowers, with the plantain leaves, with dry plantain leaf, flowers, this peace plant. It's so beautiful, decorated traditionally. And then you can spice it with some modernized things that make it more beautiful. And the carpet, the green carpet like the floor. If you have a house that has, the yard has green grass in front, you don't need all those carpets. You just need to do it beautifully and dress behind. Some people are exaggerating the way they modernize their things, but make sure you dress in a traditional attire. I've gone to one traditional marriage and she sold, I don't short, let me not, it's so horrible when people want to dress in another person's attire. Meanwhile, we have tribes like the Bamileke people that have their particular attire. When you see them, you know. The people from the northwest, when you see them, you know. The Bakurians have their kaba. When you see them, you know. The Sawa people, it's same. When you see them, you know. Why would you not dress like that? We have our African materials. You see the beautiful pictures that are going through. Sew your style. Do any kind of style that you want with that African material. It makes your wedding top. So please, let's try to respect our African culture. You respect the white man's culture than your African culture. Do you want the white man to do your culture for you? No, you copied the white wedding from him. And so what it concerns us that is our African culture, people don't even dwell on it so much. So I'm calling on all those who are getting married, please go through that process. When you go through that process of the knock and then the traditional marriage itself, giving the things, there are some lists that people ask for cow, pig, and then they make their hand like this. We want a pig like this. Barbarians, when my husband came to get married to me, my uncle said they want a pig. I'm standing up, so you know, you might not really see the height. Like I'm about 1 meter 7, 1.67. 1.67, 1.68. And if you know the height that I'm pointing out to the ground, your uncle will do his hand like that. They want a pig that big. Where do you get a pig that big? You need to look for. That is a work that makes it beautiful. You need to go look for who rears that kind of pig and transport it to wherever your wife is. Those are things that will make you to remember that, no, I suffered to get this girl. I did this. But when you don't do it, so people want just turn everything to cash and give. You don't go through that process. You don't even know how it feels. Please, everybody should try and go through that process. That's what makes it beautiful. That's what makes you talk about it next time. That's what makes you remember that our culture is so beautiful. And the manifestation on that day, oh, I know you just, it's so beautiful to attend a traditional marriage which is done on point. So get a wedding planner to do it for you if you cannot do it yourself. But if you can do it yourself, go ahead and do it. But try to respect our traditional culture and our African culture, because no other person will do it for you. I don't blame some people, because people instead respect the council, the court, because when they want to divorce, when getting married, some people do go, they knock door, they ask for their marriage, hand in marriage, and they do the traditional rites. But when you want divorce, you don't need to go back that line. You just need to go to the court and file for a divorce. I think in Africa, the presidents and the National Assembly and whatever, they should think of putting a new law that when you want to divorce, since you, before getting married, you went to ask her hand in marriage and the two families sat together and accepted. So now when getting a divorce, you need to go back, go and file a divorce in court, yes, and go back to the parents, bring the two families together. Call the family heads, the two sides, even if you cannot bring all the family members together during the celebration. Now that it is a problem time, call the two family heads, that's of the boy side and the girl side, the bride and the groom, put them together and file your divorce. Because when traditional marriage has a traditional certificate, I think the government need to endorse that. People will take that serious. So that when you think that you have to call the two families and put them in front to sit and tell them why you're getting a divorce, people will take this traditional aspect serious. Now they take just the court because they know that when they go to court, they're going to file, and that's the only process they bother about when there's a problem. But I think the governments in the different African countries need to endorse the fact that probably you need to call the two families and put together and tell them why you want to divorce, and the two families need to accept, as they accepted when you came for the knock door. I think that will bring people, the consciousness is going to wake up. When you think of divorcing, you're going to think of the road you go through. And anyway, some people will say it's bad for them because some people have really serious problems why they want to divorce, and others will say, no, I cannot take this. And there are some people that are even, their lives are even being threatened to death. I don't see why you stay married to somebody who wants to kill you. We definitely need to fight for a divorce, but I think the two families need to sit and tell them, I cannot be with him, he wants to kill me, and they accept. But the other way, everybody gets married and they want to stay for a lifetime, so they try as much as possible that all the problems that come in, they try to solve it. If you cannot solve it, they try to put the two families together and put it on the table. Till when it's above that level, that's when they try for a divorce, and that is what we are trying to promote. The other second aspect, to try to keep couples together. So if you're watching this for the first time today, I was talking about keeping our traditional marriages valuable. Like, respect the different procedures, and everybody should try to do it. Don't want to compare with somebody who has only the traditional marriage for 10 million, and you think of only the 10. That's not the bride price, though. The traditional, the ceremony itself, don't compare. Do it simple, do it good, but do it. Do it so that you remember this process. That is what we are made of. That is what our African culture is, so let's respect it. So next time I'm going to talk about bride price, and we're going to look at beautiful pictures. It is so different in so different regions, and in so different families, in so many different tribes. So it's a whole lot. We're going to talk about that. So if you're watching for the first time, please share my videos. If you want special weddings to do your planning, call us. We are just a call away. Our details are there. Subscribe to our channel. Thank you very much. Bye-bye, and keep watching my program.